Out with the old, in with the new. Here we are in this basement talking about termite damage and main beams. Termite damage is something we often see in residential homes doing structural inspections. So this was the beam end that was up against the foundation wall. It's very common for the termites to live in the dirt, come up to your main beam to feast, and then go back into the soil. So as we can see here, the termites were eating away this beam. Although we may only see small indentations from the exterior, they really start to eat the beam from the interior. When they eat enough section of your beam, now you've weakened it to the point where it's going to compress. Your floors are starting to sag, settle, and create more structural damage throughout your house. That's why it's important to address this often and early, and then replace it with something that they're not going to eat and is much stronger. So we had this old main beam in this house, which you can clearly see had all this termite damage. We were able to come in, assess the damage, design a replacement, and install a new beam. So we replaced the old existing wood beam with a new engineered lumber LVL beam. So what is an engineered beam, specifically an LVL? Here in front of me, we have this LVL beam. LVL stands for laminated veneer lumber. So essentially this is composed of all wood strands, thin strands compressed together and held together with very strong adhesives, making this a much stronger alternative to just regular lumber. So on this project, we were able to kill two birds with one stone. We had to replace the existing main beam, but in the design phase, we realized if we slightly increase the size of the existing beam, instead of having two lolly columns in this row, we could reduce it to one. So where there was another column about 4 feet that way and another column here, we were able to reduce it and just have one in the center, creating a more open concept feel. So how do we prevent the termites from coming into the new beam? So as you can see, prior to installing the new beam, we had to make a masonry pocket to fit the beam. Before we put the beam in, we wrapped it with copper, as you'll see this copper flashing here, which is now required by code because termites won't eat through the copper. So as long as we flash this entirely, it's another barrier against the termites.